Hi, I'm Tapan, and welcome to my Wolfcast. I will be introducing you to successful entrepreneurs from around Wales. Join me as we explore failures, successes, and pure grit as we unveil the truth behind becoming an entrepreneur today. On today's episode, we'll be joined by John from Spark and Story Films.
Hello, thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Thank you. So John, just to tell you a little bit about John. So John didn't just teach me filmmaking. He helped me believe that I could leave my 9 to 5. So yeah, thank you, John. Do you want to tell a story about how you started and what sparked the interest?
Wow, well, I started in the wedding industry coming up 10 years ago now. My wife is a wedding photographer, established. She's been in the industry 17 years. Previously, I was in web design, graphic design, freelance. Built up a bit of a name for myself there. And as website builders got more established, then what the call for me doing custom websites was kind of started dying off. So my wife suggested that I went into wedding videography. I had filmed bands many, many years ago when I was in college with one of the big old, I think it was a Canon, I can't remember, one of the big old shoulder cameras. I'd filmed
Was
some
it tape?
bands there.
Was it
Yes,
tape?
yeah,
Okay.
tape, yeah. And I enjoyed it. So I hadn't really touched a camera since, as you know.
Were you more focused on the drummers while they were drumming away or
Well,
filming bands?
I'm my trade. I'm a drummer,
Yeah.
so I'm a drum teacher. That is my kind of trade, so to speak. But no, I was I'd done a little bit kind of on the side of the stage as kind of like a first type of behind the scenes. And maybe I focused on the drummer a little bit too much. But
Naturally.
no, I kind of done it we had a platform when I was filming up at an angle, kind of onto the stage on a wide.
Mm.
Don't ask me what mill, because I didn't really have a clue. Then everything was all built in.
Built in, yeah. So press a button, you zoom in and zoom out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were great lenses on those
Great
cameras.
lenses, but shaky as shit.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Yeah.
it wasn't very good. So,
So did you have an interest in filmmaking when you were doing that?
so the college I was in had a separate film and media department, and we would always kind of collaborate. Can you film us doing this? Or can you create some music for the film department? So we'd always collaborate, and I'd always be interested in what they were doing. Don't ask me what like editing stuff they were using. Didn't have a clue about any of that. At the time, it was literally just playing drums and playing bass guitar. That was me. That was it. That was my life back then.
Wow. What was that moment where you thought, you know what? So obviously before you were in graphics design,
Yeah.
you had a 9 to 5, correct? So what was that the moment where you thought, you know what? That is it. I want to quit and I want to go into, I want to go into graphics design, or I want to work for myself and I want to make a name for myself, because obviously you had a fantastic reputation within the graphics industry.
Yep.
So what was that point where you thought, you know what, I could do this for myself and I can make a living? And who was that person that kind of just like sparked that interest,
Oh, I've always wanted to run my own business. So long time ago, when I was a little boy, my mum ran her own business.
Yeah.
And had to stop due to ill health. But I've always had that thing. Even 13, 14 years old, I was washing cars for money. So I've always had that drive to do something. And never really liked being employed. I rather do things for myself. But the industry I was in previous to that, I was in the security industry. My last security role, I was an area manager, and it just wasn't very good. And the passion wasn't there for me anymore. Uh,
So what did your typical day look like within, uh, in that job role, and what was your mindset when you go, so let's say you went into work, and what was that thing where you thought, you know what, I'm going to work, but I don't want to.
it was
And
just robotic. I was up at 4, 5 in the morning, traveling to West Wales I had a massive area in Wales. So I'd travel to West Wales, up to Mid Wales, skirt kind of into Hereford, small bit of England, come back down towards Newport Way. Excuse me. And that was my whole route and I would do that a couple of days a week.
wow.
So mileage wise, I was driving stupid miles,
Mhm.
paperwork, just, it wasn't what I really wanted to do for the rest of my life. I couldn't see me doing that now.
Yeah.
It was just so monotonous. It was,
But back then, when you've got that 9 to 5 and a steady income coming in every month, and okay, you roughly know what your day's looking like. So if I look at it in terms of like perspective of a person who is currently in 9 to 5 and they want to go into business, that that drive, people, you go into work and you're like, okay, I do have that, and that provides a bit of a safety net. So but you touched on it a little bit where, you said it was getting a bit repetitive and you always knew you could do a bit more. Like, what was that moment where you thought, you know what, that is it, this cannot happen for the rest of my life?
I kind of done a little bit of web design and graphic design whilst I was in the 9 to 5.
So you had a bit of a taste for
So I had a bit of a taste for it. Um, and I, how can I put it? Oh, I'd say it was about 4 months before I kind of handed in my notice that I started to kind of box clever a little bit and go, right, I'm going to be frugal with bills and cancel anything that I don't need and start holding money for the next 4, maybe 5 months. So I've got a kind of small little emergency fund
in case.
in case something goes wrong. I knew I could fall into another security job if I needed it because I've worked for lots of different companies and I knew I had my licenses at the time and everything. So I knew I could go into a security job if it went tits up.
Hmm.
But I had the confidence and I knew that on my days off, I was going round to small businesses, asking them, do they want work done? Asking them, I'm physically going out and
Hmm.
hustling, not, oh, I've got a website. I'll wait for someone
No
to
way for someone
contact
to
me.
yeah.
I was traveling here, there, and everywhere to get work.
Hmm.
And I knew I had about 3/4 of my wage with work coming in, plus I had that emergency fund. I then bit the bullet and went, I'm handing in my notice. And I emailed them on New Year's Day, 2010.
Wow.
And I went, fuck it. I'm, I'm doing it. I'm going to do this. I had a company car, I had a company laptop, company phone. Everything was cushy. And I just went, come and get it. I'm not bothering.
Mm.
Just
Cool.
come and get it. I'm not interested anymore. I'm doing this. And thankfully, touch wood, it worked. And literally, once we got past New Year and everything, and the second week in January, I went for it. And I just went out and battered as
Hustled.
many businesses, small businesses as I could for websites, showed them what I could do. I even built kind of demo websites for them just to
Just to
show what I could do.
yeah.
And then pretty much the website was already built.
So you this little bit, right, that people don't understand of what it actually takes to start a business is that grit, is that going that extra mile. And people say, oh, I've just got a social media presence, a business is going to come. Social media is great, absolutely great. But when it comes to actually proving that you can do the work, the only way you can do the work is by doing it. and repetitively doing it and getting better and better and better. So this little bit that I feel that people, it's a very, very important bit, and it's grit. It's actually getting in it, getting your hands dirty, and working those late nights and working those late evenings. On top of, obviously, you would never bite the bullet and go for what you want to do, um, unless you have the skill in the first place. You have the skills, but then to take it that extra step to showing it to others, I think it needs grit. And you have
100%.
to and you've done it twice over. So once with your web design and your graphics design as a freelancer, and then again with the videography and the transition. So obviously you had the nice car, nice laptop, phones, everything. So, and you had to buy your own and go from there. Obviously, yourself, you can do it and put your head down, but it is nice to have that support. So who was that supportive person that, you thought that if you didn't have that, you would not have, you would have still done it. I think you can still do it, but having that person there, it makes a big difference in my opinion. And so who was that for you?
Well, this was 2010. So it was a couple of years before I met my wife. Um, I initially, once kind of set everything up myself. So before that, it was just me. It was just my own drive and determination. I had no one to kind of go on, do it, go on, do it.
Mhm,
It was me. It was
mhm,
just myself. And if you haven't got that drive and determination, no one else can help you. Because, well, you mentioned about social media. If you could have the best website in the world, but if no one knows you're there, it's pointless. Same with social media. A lot of the younger generation, and I've got a 22-year-old son and a 17-year-old daughter. My son went through a small stage of, I can be a YouTuber, I can do this, I can do that. But if they think that they can make an Instagram page or a Facebook page or anything like that, and all of a sudden,
it's gonna go.
doesn't
Doesn't
work
work
like
that
that.
way.
Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like I said, you can have an amazing social media presence, but again, if no one knows you're there, if you're not putting your name out and getting yourself out there, no one knows.
Hmm.
So no one's going to come to you to, for them to go, can you shoot my wedding? Or if you're a commercial videographer, can you do this for my restaurant? Can you do this for my whatever business, law firm, or whatever it may be? So you've got to have that in yourself, I think, first and foremost. After that, I had a business advisor who I'm still friends with now. He actually come to my wedding, who I'm quite close to. Um, Older guy, very, very, very successful himself. He owns his own consultancy business, and he consults multi-million pound companies. But it just so happened that our paths crossed. He could see I had drive and determination, and I knew I would succeed.
Hmm.
But he kind of gave me pointers that I didn't know about because I was still fresh in business. I didn't know everything.
Yeah.
So he gave me pointers of what to do and how to do it. And it worked.
Wow.
So I owe a lot to him massively. Um, so much so that when he got married, myself and my wife Sam, we shot his wedding as a wedding gift. So we shot it for free. Um, just as a thank you for
Yeah.
all the work he's done for me. Because if it wasn't for him pushing me and giving me the tips and the tricks and everything to do with certain aspects of business from a corporate level, and I kind of mixed it down, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So I owe a huge amount to him.
That's incredible. So you started off on your own with your own grit,
Yep.
and then by chance you meet people, and they can see what you do, and you can see them, and then it's just that relation that you build over the course of time, that pushes you and excels you into the next bracket, and then the next bracket, and then the next bracket. Um, and like you said, it's so nice when you have the opportunity to give back to people that
Mhm.
help you.
Yeah.
It's not not everybody gets that opportunity. Everybody is helping other people, but to help the same person that's helped you, not everybody gets that opportunity. And I think that, and number one, you have to be in the right frame of mind to see it in the first place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So to actually physically see that, and then to actually go out of your way and be like, you know what, that is a day. So for example, wedding videography and photography, it's a day out of your shooting time. It's a day out of your editing
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
And to give that time back to the person that's helped you and pushed you and driven you, that is like absolute it's lucky to be able to do that and to see it that you are doing that. And it just it blows me away when I hear stories like this. I'm just going to read you a little quote
Yep.
from Matthew McConaughey,
Right. Okay.
which I think is quite relevant when it comes to, well, it's relevant in day to day life as well. So he says, you got to leave room for the unexpected, because that's where the magic is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you didn't expect to meet this person. You
No, no, no.
you were like, I need to be focused in. I need to be driven. I need to do this. I need to do that. And then this guy from an outside perspective just comes in and be like, hey, that's that's the unexpected outcome, which you always have to expect, but not expect,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but still have to work towards it.
But he said to me as well, you have got to put the work in. If you don't put the work in, I can't help you.
No,
So every bit of advice that I'm giving you, you've got to go and do it. If you don't do it, it won't happen. Like, like I said, when I was 12, 13, something like that, I wanted to earn money.
mm,
Um, I wanted a drum kit. I've been playing drums for 26, 27 years. I wanted a drum kit. And my parents said, if you want it, you earn it. So I had the idea of washing cars inside, cleaning them inside, washing them
okay.
outside on a Friday evening, Saturday and Sunday.
Is that in the summer or in the winter?
Anytime,
Wow. So
anytime.
you just
Winter doesn't care.
don't care.
So my mum said to me, I will loan you the money to get the equipment of what you need. And it wasn't posh stuff. I wasn't detailing like it is today and everything. It was 2 buckets of cleaning a dirty one, a couple of sponges, a couple of rags
Yeah.
to dry the
Dry out.
cars out, and an extension lead with the Hoover from my house. And I knocked a few doors around by me where I lived at the time. Um, and I asked them, did they want their car fully cleaned for £10 or £15? I would do inside and out.
People would go for inside and out because it's only five or more. Be like, hey,
Exactly.
why don't you do it?
Exactly. So I would,
Is that the Goldilocks effect? Is it? Is it the Goldilocks effect where it's like you price again, this is your business brain, isn't it? So it's like you price for something that's like £10 for washing the car from the outside, but you pay an extra five or more,
yeah,
and I'll do that. And then there is another package, let's say like 30 quid, and I detail it and all that, because this is what people are doing, aren't they? They're like, do that, but then the more desirable one is the £15 one. It's like, nope, just inside out, boom, done.
but once I'd done a few cars, paid my mum back for the equipment, and then I was starting to earn profit, what I would do is go into town, get a load of air fresheners, and give them a free air freshener. But I would buy 3 varieties. Which scent do you want?
So you let them decide. And
And
I
then I would have people from the street below or the street above knock in my door, or my mum's door, my parents' door, on my house. I was
yeah.
13, saying, "You cleaned so and so's car last week. Can you clean mine this week?" Yeah, fine. Where
Absolutely
do you live? Oh, the street above.
fine.
15. What do you want? Inside and out? Yeah, 15 quid and a free air freshener. Done. I was doing cars, maybe 5, 6 cars on a Friday evening when I come home from school. Literally coming from school, food, change, out. I'm
So you were earning like at 13,
two,
like
£300
two,
a
three hundred
weekend.
pound a weekend,
Yeah,
and that's passive income.
yeah.
That's
And
ridiculous.
I saved enough to buy or help buy. I was very lucky and blessed that my parents and my grandparents bought me my very first drum kit. Um, and I put money towards if I wanted extra cymbals or I wanted certain drumsticks or I wanted this, that, the other to do with drums. So I had the money then to go do it. But I was earning 150, 200, £250 a weekend. In the summer, it would be more.
Yeah.
And I'd done that for 18 months, 2 years,
Wow.
until I started doing my GCSEs then. And I kind of eased off,
Eased
stopped,
off.
and then I got myself a job. I was 15, 16. And I worked in a local supermarket. And then I was, at one point, I was doing both,
Mhm.
working in a local supermarket and car washing to get even more money. So I've always been that entrepreneurial kind of
So you have to have
person.
that. You have to have that drive from be like, if you need something, you've got to earn it,
Yeah.
and you've got to work towards it.
Yeah.
And goes back to my point of pure grit. It's yes, having the grit, but then having that purpose and be like, this is I love drums. This is what I want to do. For me, it was cameras.
Yeah.
Always has been. So I had to work hard to get the cameras. Being in an Asian Indian household, always have to earn something. We always have to do something to get anything.
But that's good parenting.
It is.
My
It is.
parents would do the same. Like you say, my mum said, "I'm not buying you the stuff.
Yeah.
I'll give you the money, and then you'd give it me
Give it
back
back to
out of what you earn."
yeah.
It's that is good parenting.
Really good parenting.
It's not, "Oh, I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna give you that, and I'm gonna do this, and do this," like
To do
today's snowflakes.
Yeah. Do you think it's like so? You touch on this parenting thing, and do you think it's going downhill? Like all this, like the new generation of parenting.
So I was brought up strict. My parents older, so I had that older kind of yeah, I had that older upbringing,
Yeah.
and I was never smacked or anything.
Yeah. I know
When
what
you're
you
nipping
mean.
a tap on the legs or something, but I was never smacked or anything like that. I know kids that were proper
How are
belted.
they doing?
I don't know. I don't talk to anyone from school anymore. I'm not from this area.
Yeah.
I'm from the valleys. I literally valleys council estate by
Mhm.
me. So I was brought up there, um, and I knew they were punished, but the discipline and the respect I had for my parents, they only had to look at me. They only
And
had
I
to give
was
me a certain look and say my name in a certain way,
you're in the
and I'd
darkness.
stop in my yeah, absolutely. I'd stop in my tracks. And that's how I brought my children up as well, is certain level of discipline, respect.
Mhm.
And my boy went through it again. My boy went through a stage of, can I have, can I have, can I have? I went, no, you work for it. Tell you what, come with me to a wedding fair.
Mhm.
Help me set up, hand some flyers out, dress a bit smart. I'll give you a couple of quid for it. Oh no, it's too early.
How did that go down?
So you're not having money. Simple as that. And fair play to him. He got out, he grew out of that,
Mm.
and he works hard now, and he bought his own car.
Wow.
So he had that level. I wouldn't say as much as myself, but he had that level of discipline as well. Is you go out and work, you earn your own money, you get your own car. Then I'll help you with insurance and
Yeah.
things like that. So a lot of kids today expect things handed to them on a plate.
Mm.
My niece and nephew are only young, but they are, I want, I want, I want.
Mhm.
And I'll, if they're with me and my wife, um, we won't give it to them. I'll just, no, not having it. And you can see them go off in a tantrum and like, I really don't care.
No,
My kids
no,
didn't do
no.
that. And I will not have that from any child really. But yeah, I think grit, determination, people think that they can, oh, I can make money with AI. I can do this. I can do that. You can make money with anything, but you've got to put the work in,
Mhm.
and people don't.
People don't wanna do put
People
the
don't
work.
want to put the work in these days.
Yeah. They just want the easy, quick way around.
Yeah.
And it drives me insane where, I also, right, on the surface, it looks great. On the surface, it looks like they're not putting enough work in. They're driving fancy cars, or they're doing this and they're doing that. And I'm like, okay, the work is like average. I would say that I only know my industry. So I only know like photography, videography. So I'm like, okay, they're driving a flashy car. They're doing this, they're doing that. That maybe they have got a Rolex on their wrist and all this and all that. And I'm like, okay,
It's fake.
well, eh, but the persona of it is they're making it look like it's not, you know, where how does what do you think that is? So what let me rephrase this. So that persona is showing that I'm amazing, I'm great, so hire me. But when they do hire them, they don't get the quality that they're looking for. In terms of, if they look at their Instagram or whatever, it looks great. But then when they come onto the show, they're a little bit arrogant, or they're this and they're that. Like
Fake
they
it till you make it.
they could, yeah. So that culture, what do you think of that culture? Because it for me, it annoys me. It's like, oh, they're getting all these contracts, and I'm like, they might be undercutting me or whatever, and it's fine, but they're getting all these contracts and they're getting it through their doors, and I'm like, but they're not that good. So
There's,
why?
there's two sayers. You pay low, you pay twice. Or the one I use, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
Okay, can I steal that? You pay peanuts, get
Yes,
monkeys.
you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. And it's 100% true. I had a an inquiry, and they wanted a 2-day event, wedding, actually. They wanted a 2-day event. They wanted this, that, the other. And it was kind of out of my generic package that's on my website. So I said, I'll do you a quote. Wrote it all down. I said, send me an email with what you want as well. Sent me an email. I quoted it all up. I think it was 3.5, 4 grand.
Mhm.
And they was like, oh, we've had a quote for 1,800 quid. And I was like, take it. Absolutely take it. So they did. Didn't hear anything of 6 months, 8 months. Had an email from the bride. The level of work was really, really crap from the person that we booked. Can you do anything with the footage?
Oh no.
No, you should have booked me, not them. That's what you get. And I said in a nice way, told you so. That's what you get when you book a person who's charging you 1,800 quid for something that I quoted 3 or 4. I wasn't being greedy. I was
So
literally,
what do they want in this package?
oh, they wanted multiple locations. I think it was on the 2 or 3 days. They wanted um the setting up of the venue filmed. Marquee in the middle of nowhere, lots of money. Lovely looking setup for what I've seen of it. but they wanted all the setup done. They wanted God knows whatever else. I can't fully remember. We were a couple of years back. Then they wanted the full day. They already had a photographer team, and it was about 3 or 4 of them. They wanted 3 videographers.
Okay.
Me, myself leading, and 2 others.
2 others.
Which that wasn't a problem, but I've got to pay them a good day wage.
Yeah.
So this was a lot of work. They wanted us there from like 6 o'clock in the morning to like midnight. So I got to factor in that time, 3 videographers as well. And then they wanted us the day after then. I think it was the day after. It was either 2 or 3 days. But that's booking a hotel near the venue, 3 videographers, all shooting, the time, the skill, the knowledge, or equipment.
Yeah.
We've got to factor all that in. It's not just you're paying for me.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You're paying for all the teams and everybody.
Absolutely. You've got to factor in absolutely everything. If wanted to hire all this equipment that's filming us now and the lights and everything that you take out to a wedding, you want to rent that.
Yeah.
How much would it cost?
Yeah. A crazy amount.
To rent it just for one day.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, like 3, 4 cameras, you got lenses, you got lighting.
Well, you need
audio.
Lenses, all the audio.
And no, don't DIT is things that people forget. So like halfway through, you want to back everything up and then put it, clean your cards or whatever it is, or have new cards. The cards aren't cheap, especially for videography. I mean, for photography, you can kind of get away with 2, 3 cards a day. For videography, if you got smaller cards and you shoot in 4K or something like that, the level of storage, and you don't need just hard drive storage. You need SSDs. You need fast SSDs to plan it out.
Don't think of post-production storage.
No, people. Yeah, that is another thing. It's like after it's the whole.
It's the whole package.
Yeah,
they don't understand. And when I do wedding fairs or when I do a video call with someone, I explain this to them. So I'm not the most expensive. I'm not one of these 8, 9 grand videographers. I'd love to be. Great.
One day.
But I am not super cheap either.
Yeah.
I mean, my kind of package that everyone goes for is around the 2 grandish to 2 mark. And normally I'll put my prices up every new year. 1st January, I'll put them up just a touch, but because the government puts them up just a touch and it's hard to lit and hard drives and things like that. So I make sure I back up everything 4 times on 4 separate hard drives on a NAS drive and up in the cloud. Well, so I've got to fund all that as well and then insure it all and make sure everything's safe. If you're hiring a videographer who backs it up once, good luck. Because they're playing with fire.
Yeah.
Because if that dies,
that's it.
Game over. Yeah. It grates on me. It grates on me a little bit when people lowball. But if someone's got a certain budget, then they've got a certain budget.
Yeah. So this leads me on to my crazy question.
Okay.
Very controversial.
Yeah.
So should anyone be allowed to start filming and without proper equipment?
No. And again, it's controversial, but content creators with phones, and I know phones are getting good now, and I know we had a conversation with camera regarding phones and quality of phones and everything. I can't comment because I got a bloody iPhone 12. I'm not bothered. It makes calls. I can text my wife and done. That's me done. I think they should be using at least something like the DJI Pocket 3,
Pocket 4
stabilized, and is there a Pocket 4 now?
I think so.
I have no idea.
I think so, and it is. I have used it. It's really good.
And you can get fitments on there to adapt the lens.
Yeah, sponsor us, DJI, please.
Please, yeah, thank you. And you can get covers to adapt the lens, and I don't know whether it is wider or tighter. I'm not too sure on that.
So, and these They've got NDs and
Sure.
polarizers
Yeah,
in them as well.
absolutely.
It's like really
So
good.
use something like that to stabilize the footage and
Mm.
make it look good. Or, and I did work with one content creator, and I got to be honest, she was good, and she used a Sony A7 IV.
Oh, great.
So she had a Sony A7 IV with some sort of zoom lens on. I think it might have been a 24-70.
Okay.
So again, she looked like one of us.
But she was shooting vertical.
She was shooting vertical,
Yeah.
but she knew the camera settings, and it was great.
I
So
haven't met many of those.
no, 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 no.
They're always with their iPhones, and I haven't met any with like proper camera
She was good, and she does content creating for weddings, and she does it for
businesses.
businesses.
Yeah.
She does corporate commercial.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think you should do it with a phone. It doesn't look professional when you're rocking up and you're just doing this
Yeah.
to the phone. It's not good.
No.
Um, but for you to answer your question with videographers coming in,
Without proper training.
no, they shouldn't. They should study the hell out of a system first. Study the wedding industry. I know it's quite hard to study the wedding industry if you haven't
Being in it.
gone to many weddings
Yeah.
or something like that. But first and foremost, you should study the camera
Mhm.
and learn the camera. Master that camera so you know exactly every single menu, every single setting, so you know it inside.
Inside out.
If you need to make a change quickly, it's difficult.
Yeah, you're doing that.
You're doing this in front of a bride and groom or a group shot or something
Mhm.
like that, and you there fiddling. It's no good.
Not good.
You need to do it. So myself, when I've got my camera on the gimbal and I'm going from inside to outside, as I'm walking out, I'm changing.
Change is already changed.
I'm
Yeah.
smashing. I'm looking at the light outside and I'm going, oh, I need to smash the shutter speed up.
Yeah.
I need to do this and I need to crank this up or do this or adapt this or adjust my Kelvin or whatever it may
Mhm.
be. So I'm doing that on the fly. I'm literally
As long as they-
going in, going out, going from one room to another. And I'm not making a fuss of it.
No.
Because
It's just
I'm a professional and I shouldn't be going, oh, I need to adapt this or I need to change this a second.
one of my friend, he's a very, very good Asian wedding photographer. Wow, he's a fantastic street photographer,
Yeah.
but he doesn't do it anymore. He's only does his weddings, and he's got a couple of other businesses. And I love when he uses flash in the daylight. So I know it's awkward and it's different type of photos, but for Asian weddings, people like that. That's
Front face,
front,
flash.
not sort of front facing. He does it on the side. He rents my equipment, and he does that sometimes. Where he puts a big softbox on the 8600 and
Yeah.
puts it on the side. And if the sun is like from the back, then you would have it
Oh,
like,
no, that's fine.
you know,
Yeah,
really like
yeah.
nice. And the way he does it is ridiculous. He goes, "Can you just come into this pose? This is great." Like, he just says, "Come into this pose," and he goes, "I'm going to take one photo. That will be the trial shot, and then next we'll do loads of photos." And they go, "Yeah," and he goes, "One photo, adjusts the setting a little bit," and then he's literally within the next 2 seconds, settings are changed, everything's changed, and he's ready to go back on the bride and groom, focusing on that. And I've never seen,
solo.
yeah, a lot of the time. So he does have like help, and he does have a company, and has people as a light person and all this and all that. But that, like, to do that on the fly, because he's the photographer, he's in charge, and then he goes, "Right, I'm done. Videographers, take a shot." And then he goes in the background, maybe gets a zoom lens or whatever, and he then gets his shot while the videographers get their shot. And then, he would say, "Guys, stay in this position. Videographer, come in and take your shot. Great. Could you maybe do this, maybe do that." He will help and direct people. Absolutely fantastic guy to work with. He does get in the way sometimes though, but that's not a problem at all, because again, he will look at me and be like, "Am I in the way? Am I not in the way?"
Yeah.
Very courteous in that sense, but then you you don't always know where I've put my cameras, because I'm very discreet, and I'll be like, "Oh, there's a camera there, there's a camera there, there's a camera there." It's just like, he'll be like, "Where should I walk?" Be like, "Not there." And he's already in it. So it's a little banter on the job. Um, so Last question on this one.
Yeah.
Training wise, when it comes to camera settings, is YouTube the best place?
I gotta be honest, I learned a lot of stuff from YouTube. I watched multiple different YouTubers. Can't remember their names.
Mhm.
We'll probably find them if I showed you my YouTube page. But yeah, yeah. Um, I like. So I've got another saying, and you might have heard it or not. But if someone, I don't know, my father-in-law or something, well, even my wife, how do you do this? How do you do that? What do you do this with this new bit of thing? And I go, RTFM,
RTFM.
read the fucking manual. So that,
RTFM.
yeah,
I love that.
that is one of my favorite. He's making a note now.
I am
And
RTFM.
I literally just stare at them and I go, RTFM. And they know where it means now and they go, "No, okay, I'll read it." I read a manual for everything.
Okay.
So, slight side note, I'm picking up a new car tomorrow. I will sit in that car tomorrow afternoon
And read the manual.
and read the fucking manual, every single page, until it turns Polish or Spanish or something like that. I will read the manual because I will master that car and I will know every button within a day or two. That's what you need to do with a camera.
Mhm.
So sit there, learn what things do, point the camera in the room that you're in, and literally, oh, right, that darkens that down. But the main thing I think to learn is the exposure triangle. Once you master that exposure triangle and you know what to do with them settings, with your f-stop, with your shutter speed, with your ISO, why does ISO make things grainy when you bump it up? Because it's digital. But you're not going to know that
Until you
start.
actually do it.
So that's the things that you need to learn.
Mhm.
Oh, why is the background going blurry when I'm going 1.4 instead of f7? Oh, right, it's because of this. That's, again, depth of field, things that, that's everything that you need to learn, even before you take a picture. Before you hit that shutter button,
Yeah.
that is the things that you need to learn. So learn that, master it, go out and take pictures of leaves and birds and
Flowers.
anything. Yeah, flowers. When I first had a camera, I initially, not many people know this, but initially I was going into photography. I bought a 5D Mark III.
Okay.
So that was my very, very, very first camera.
Hell of a camera to buy as a first camera.
And I was with Sam. I have a good discount on it.
Yeah.
When I was with Sam, so she had 5D2. She upgraded to a 5D3. I bought a 5D3 as well. And so did her father, because her father's a photographer as well. So the place that we bought them off, we had three
New cameras.
5D3s, so they give us a good discount.
Yeah, of course. So they had what, 10, 12 grand in their pocket on the same day in the same transaction. So they were like, yeah, we'll chuck you a good discount.
So they already had Canon lenses because they had a Canon at the time.
So you could just use one of the lenses from them.
No, I had a kit lens.
Okay.
I had a kit lens with it. Don't ask for I don't remember where it
Yeah, it's usually like 28 to 75.
yeah, something like that. And I literally just played with it and mastered it and learned as much as I possibly could. I took Sam out and done like photo shoots with Sam, somewhere quiet in field, wherever. I took my boy out and done photos with him as well and stuff. I photographed flower, everything to get the composition right. And then once I decided then I'm going to go into video, sold 5D3, bought a load of Lumix stuff, Panasonic, and then kind of relearned a lot of the stuff over again for video, for movement, this, that.
So what, again, you went from a change to another change to another change and eventually now that you found your niche, which is videography, you still do great photos and I've seen that in action. But what, that change, were you afraid of making those changes?
No. Well,
Or do you kind of encourage it?
you shouldn't be afraid to do anything. If you've got a goal and you've got a target, do it. Um, Regardless of whatever it may uh, be confident and just, as I balls to the wall, do it.
Yeah.
Just go out and do it. What's stopping you?
Yeah.
Dream big. Be ambitious.
And that's one thing my dad always said. always, always dream big. Doesn't matter what happens. Just if you're gonna go into something that you're doing yourself, my dad said, just do it, because you do. Number one, you got to put in the hard work, and number two is you have to dream big, because once you dream big and you visualize that reality in your mind, and you're like, nothing else will come close to it. So you internally, you're going to work towards it harder than you ever worked before. So that was the advice from my dad.
I've tried so many different businesses. I'm not going to go into them all, but I've tried so many different businesses. And people will say, oh, well, you failed. There was not a failure, it's a lesson. I don't fail.
Yeah,
I learn.
I learn. Like I
Failure is not an option.
I failed so many times, and I've always thought, you know what,
You didn't fail. You
I
learned.
learned. Exactly. So I from doing from doing civil engineering to doing a good enough job in that. Obviously it helped to have like experts around me, so I was able to pick up the language from them, pick up engineering aspect of things, structures, from, drainage, highways, because that's what I was in. I kind of understood a lot of that. Obviously, I learned it as well, and then helps. But I understood that at a level which, at an expert level, if that makes sense. And then I was like, right, okay, I need to do something else, and I wasn't afraid of doing that. And it kind of just that mindset of doing it. It was just crazy, which is out of world, I think. And having that drive to do that again and again and again till you are like, this is what I like doing. This is it. And then when that happens, I think the world opens up to so many different possibilities. Like you met your business mentor, for example, and he's probably seen you go from 9 to 5 to just starting off the business to being an expert in the business, and then boom, next one, and then the next one, so then the next one, and then progressing.
But then the person that taught me not the technical side of cameras, because I learned my own way,
Yeah.
but how weddings run and how to be at a wedding was my wife.
Yeah.
By the time I started, she'd already shot 900 weddings, if not more. She was already well established in the industry. So I had a very easy in to the industry, which I'm very lucky and I'm blessed with. But seeing her, how she ran the show, taught me everything. Everything that I do now at a wedding, minus the technical side, is all down with Sam. She taught me the law, and she is so good at what she does.
Absolutely. I've seen her in action, and I've seen the photos as well, and they've come out so fucking good. And I'm like, you know what? If one day, if I can be that level of a photographer, because I do both photography and videography, if I can be that level of a photographer, that would be a goal to aim for.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, absolutely.
Because it is.
One thing you touched on then, photo and video. So Sam didn't know anything about video, and I knew very little about photo. And we always said, we will learn each other's, because if anything's wrong or one of us are ill or anything like that, then we can.
Sub.
Next weekend, I'm shooting photography with Sam, so I'm her second shooter. She's the lead, she's the boss. And because she's only a dirty little thing, a lot of people come up to me and go, right, what's happening? And I go, don't look at me. She's the boss.
She's the boss. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not me. It's her.
In
So
reality and in work.
complete happy spouse, happy house.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so she's the boss. She runs the day. She does all the paperwork. She's a paperwork queen. She deals with the lot. So on the day, she's the boss. I'm the second shooter. She goes, John, I need this done. I go and do it. She 99% literally deals with bride and groom. And then obviously the coordinator. I'll
Mhm.
the coordinator as well and stuff like that if I know the venue. But she does most of it. So everything down to how to deal with a wedding, it's all down to her. And I'm super grateful to have my wife as my kind of mentor as well. Causes some arguments, but I'm not the easiest person to deal with. But yeah, no, she's amazing. She's amazing.
That's fantastic. And you know, w- I wanna touch base on this a little bit, where that day when we met,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
first time, and it was in
Which we go.
Ridge. No, wasn't in Ridgeway Golf Club. It was in
Oh,
no, it was Damien's wedding,
Clearwell.
Clearwell Castle.
No, Ridgeway was a different one. Sorry, I was
That's okay. No, it was it was Clearwell
Clearwell Castle.
Castle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic venue.
It's a great venue. Yeah.
And Damien showed, so I was blown away by the pre-shoot you guys did
Yes. Yeah.
for him, and I was like, oh my god, these photos are incredible. So Damien was like, oh, do you think these are good? I said, good? What are you on about? Like, they're amazing. Like, hands down, like, incredible. Like, and I'm assuming that was Sam and her father.
No, just Sam.
Just Sam.
So me and Sam go. I don't take any of the equipment when we do a pre-shoot. Sam will do the pre-shoot. We'll do some photos.
Mhm.
I'll go with them. I'll have a little banter. I'll have a little laugh,
Yeah.
a joke. It's predominantly, so slight backstory, photography wise, 17 years ago, it was her father's business. And then Sam has pretty much taken over.
Yeah.
So myself and Sam go, she does 99% of the stuff. I'll speak about video, talk about stuff.
Mhm.
Again, have a little bit of banter with them, have a laugh and joke, make them nice and comfortable and easy. And then job done. And yeah, I initially started speaking to Damien about football because I knew he was a bit nervous about photos and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So started speaking about football and
Oh, he loves his football.
just having a laugh and a joke with him and a bit of banter and winding him up around his football team and everything. So
Liverpool he supports, doesn't he?
I can't remember now.
Let me know, Damien. Yeah, I'm sure it's
I'm
Liverpool.
not sure.
I'm sure it's Liverpool.
I want to say it was Bristol City.
Oh, wait. Oh, yes, it is Bristol City. Why did I say Liverpool?
I want to say,
I
I
think
remember my memory from
no.
5, 6.
I think you're right. No, it is Bristol City because he goes and watches
So,
them
yeah, I think
in
Bristol City.
yeah. He watches it
Yeah, it was
often.
just banter and winding him up and having a joke. And
That should have called me. I would have wound him up properly.
then it makes for better photos because
Yeah.
they're comfortable, they're easy. I'm winding them up, they're laughing while Sam's taking pictures.
Yeah.
It just works. Just works.
So on that day, just touching base again, it's like I saw you with your A7S3
Yeah.
on a Ronin gimbal.
Yeah.
Can't remember which one, but it looked great. And I had no idea what all that was. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. Like, how are they doing that? How expensive would this equipment be? And it kind of blew me away at that time. And I was like, okay. And I can't remember, but you were doing like Damien's getting ready shots. So that's where I was. But
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, maybe you could do lens whacking, because I was like, oh, I'd already done that in the D3200, the Nikon, and I was like, oh, it looks really good. And you were like, I'm not ruining my sensor in the sunlight. I was like, yep, okay, no, that goes that. So instantly I knew. I was like, right, I don't know nothing about cameras. I don't know nothing about anything. Like, and then I just started picking your brains on the day while you were doing this, and I watched you and Sam both work, heard in the crowd together, which, by the way, was magic. I remember outside that you just got everybody together. I was like, these guys are drunk. They don't know anything about what's going on. And you just got everybody together. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. It's just, no, it's three of you.
Three of us.
Three of you. Sam's dad, you, and Sam. And you guys just, boom, got everybody together. Photos are done within, I think, 15 to 17 minutes. It wasn't even long.
Too long.
No, it wasn't even long. And I was like, before I knew it, everybody was just enjoying their drinks. And I was like, great, it's done. And you had a lot of people to go through that day.
Mhm.
You just smashed it, which, and that's when I was like, right, I need to contact you. So I could, go in touch with you. And luckily you were like, yeah, I'll be happy to help, or this or that. And yeah, for those who don't know, John is the reason why I am in this business. So it just, you're the catalyst that said you can do it. And I was like, and this is all it takes. So you gave me the steps and you were like, this is what it takes. That's it. It's kind of like, go and do it. And here we are. I don't know how many years later, and you're on my podcast, which is great. So thank you.
Oh,
I say thank you for that. And
so it's been a pleasure to see you grow. It's been and what you're doing now with weddings, and when I see your stuff and special commercial as well, because I don't shoot commercial
yet.
yet, but your stuff have gone from here to fucking so sky high good. And I look at your stuff and I go, yeah, that's really good. Because I'm not a super creative videographer.
Solid videographer, I've heard.
I've been told many I'm solid. I'm just, I get it done. I get the shots, and yeah, I'm just a solid shooter. I'm very lucky and fortunate that a lot of videographers contact me and say, can you shoot this wedding for me? And they don't have a problem with sending me out on my own. I'm not a second shooter or anything like that. I just go and shoot that wedding. So I'm very fortunate that a lot of videographers put their trust in me to go and shoot that wedding, because they know I'm very methodical and I get it done. I get the shots that I need regardless.
Speeches, ceremony,
How to nail it.
Everything.
You've got one
day,
shot, one chance, one take, like you said,
one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted.
and you need to get it right, and you have to get it right.
I just quoted Eminem.
I have no idea.
You know that song, Lose Yourself, Eminem? You guys know that song.
I'm into rock music.
Rock music's
I
great,
hear
but you know it.
Yeah,
There's like
I'm a
one shot rocker, one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted.
yeah, exactly.
So that's all we have time for today. Thank you, John, for coming on board and
Very
being
welcome.
the very first person on our podcast. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for your insights in the business industry and how to go from quitting your 9 to 5 and starting a business, and then starting another business, and then another one. So
Pleasure.
yeah, thank you for sharing those insights. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have you back on another one.
Yeah, you have me. We're great. Come back.
100%. Thank you. Okay. I'll cut now. Cut. I'll cut. So guys, if you want to get in touch with me about your stories on how to quit 9 to 5 job, just get in touch with us, write a little comment, let us know, or email us. Let us know what your stories are, and we'll be happy to help you whenever we can. I will, if you need to contact John, just get in touch with me. I'll forward the emails on, which John would be more than happy to answer.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
So absolutely, if you need to get in touch with us, please do. Just to say, on the next podcast as well, we are going to have Wales's say Wales, UK's one of the top entrepreneurs in the wedding and catering industry. So definitely look out, guys, because this is going to be a special one. He doesn't do any podcasts. He is not on any social media. You will not find him anywhere, but he's agreed to come on board. So definitely keep a lookout, guys. It's going to be crazy, crazy good. Thanks again, John. We'll
All the welcome.
catch up soon. This is Wolfcast. See you on the next one.